Graham. Yeah, this is the ranges that we're working with. So it's like, what? So I'm happy for now. I'm happy that I caught some of it. Now it's slight observation before we make our next move. I had a little nap. I picked up my Cavalier from doggy school, so I had a bit of a break, went
Look at that.
outside, reset my mind. And now we want to see whether this failed auction has juice or whether it's just like carrot on a stick to seduce everybody. And then we smash all the way back down to 85 again. So the copper should follow something similar to a lesser crazy degree, but they do have almost a complete negative correlation of -1. So whatever crude oil is doing, copper is going to do the opposite.
Really?
And I'm watching both of them. Yeah, literally. -1. So yeah. So whatever trade I take, it's still going to be crude oil, right? It's just expressing it through a slightly less crazy market. But I might do a crude oil trade as well. We'll see. It depends whether I can manage risk on it. And if I can't, and it requires me to risk all of the stuff that I've already made, I don't want it. I don't want to risk $300 on it.
Hey, Dolby Time's here as well. Also used to trade crude back in the day.
Yeah.
Also, perhaps.
I remember.
What is up, Dolby Time? Let's break this thing down, man.
Y'all?
Fast markets. D's back in crude. The world is right again. Let's break it down. Dolby Time. NQ trade 24,640. What's happening, my man? Good to see you. Let's get into this thing.
Doing good. Volatility has just been absolutely insane today. More news-driven headlines per usual. But it doesn't matter because I'm a range trader, so I just like drawing lines on charts and obeying the ranges. So let's talk about some ranges. The 30-minute range right here, right now, is looking pretty awesome for the NASDAQ. So 24,345 up to about 24,700s. A lot of 30-minute candles just stuck in that range. So there might be some good opportunities there. D, good news. I've also gotten access to crude oil in the house account. So let's take a look at crude here. There's also another 30-minute range in crude forming. And maybe this is kind of doing the same thing that NASDAQ's doing because the chart also looks very similar here. So I got 88.40s as a 30-minute range low and about 92.30s as the range high. But we do have lower highs in this range, so I'd be a little bit more inclined to go short on possible tests, and then probably on the flip side, try to find longs in NASDAQ. But if we can't break above maybe 89.60s here in crude, I think a decent short might actually set up, at least for doing the risk.
That's trade crude, $89.40. $89.40. Overnight range of $17. In crude, high of 101, call it, low of 84. Again, the headline had a lot to do with that. All right, let's settle in. In terms of numbers, we don't have too much. We don't have too much for the rest of the day. D, question for you. Euro close, is it in an hour still, or have the clocks changed?
2 hours.
Still 2 hours.
We changed we changed this Sunday, so it's still a weird March. Yeah.
It's all, yeah. Why do we still do this?
It's so weird.
Okay.
Why do we do this?
I know. I hate it. It messes with all the data. It's horrible.
Little buying stepping in here in crude, $89.88.
We're getting to that lower high trend line on the 30-minute.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be right around 90s. Kind of see if that sticks there and it manages to maintain the lower highs. They've been pretty good levels. The lower highs have been. Dre, I did have my first ever Top Step sighting in the wild. Got off the plane, went to a restaurant in Aspen, and I was decked out in my Top Step gear. So Finn, if you are out there and you're watching Top Step TV, please put it in chat. Finn has been trading with us for about a year and is in a funded. They're in a funded account, Dre.
Really?
They're in a funded account. Finn? Yes, they are. Finn, if you're out there and you're watching. Yes, so props to him. He was great.
Are you Dolby Time? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you Dolby Time?
Wait, Top Step? Yeah. The whole thing, dude, finally happened.
Yeah.
Finally happened. It's weird, Dre. It is weird.
It can be, yes. My follow-up is, it depends who's at. Are you Andre? Oh, it depends who's asking. Yes.
Depends. Yep. What's your handle in chat? And then I'll let you know.
Depends who's asking. We're watching crude. Both up to see almost $90, $89.88. Hey, D, you said copper and crude. Is it negative one?
What?
Negative. Yeah, negative, -1, factor of -1. Yeah.
That's the
That
trade.
is the
man.
maximum.
That is. All right, crude
That
above
is,
90
yeah,
bucks.
the maximum. Yeah.
Crude
Can't
above
go
90
more
bucks.
negative than this.
Crude
No.
above 90 bucks. $90, 4 cents, now 5 cents.
And we're starting to see a sell off in Nasdaq. So I guess that correlation there is still kind of happening. Man, longs would have been really nice in crude about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, and Q
Oh,
ladder's
well.
so thin.
Okay.
Are you looking at micro? You got the micro ladder up?
I'll micros in both, yeah, across the board. How do you make any money? How do you make any money trading micros, Trey? How come no one trades E-minis on top? I don't know. Have you seen the volatility chat? Have you seen the volatility?
Have we gotten that already? Have we gotten the why you trading micros?
I mean,
you can put a massive. I know what you're saying.
I mean, honestly, we're starting usually these accounts on maximum 4.5 grand capital. If you had 4.5 grand in your own account, would you risk like $3,000 on one trade because that's kind of what you need to do in this kind of volatility? Or you can try a smaller stop and then get whooped out, like blink of an eye, and go, "What? Where's my trade? Where's my trade?" Yeah, it's volatile market.
No, actually, where's my account? That's the question. Where's my
yeah? Where's the account?
Where's
that's right. Yeah, where's the money? Yeah, it's gone. Poof.
Poof. Yeah, 16,000 NQ contracts traded on that 1,000-point rally. If you haven't been short and you're very a high likelihood your stop price would be getting, you'd be seeing some slippage. Let's be honest.
Dude, do you remember a last time that we've had markets like this that were just so incredibly headline driven? And kind of what was your take when you were trading it? Tariffs?
Tariffs, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, the
tariffs, yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy then. It was great. That's how I got into my second live account because it was like insane volatility. But then that followed a super slow summer, which was super painful. And yeah, so it goes both ways. But yeah, I don't mind extra volatility as long as it's like within some sort of sense. If it goes too crazy, typically if it goes over 2,000 ticks of average on the day, I'm like, especially on products that have no real micros, like RBOB, it's just RBOB. There's no micros. Platinum.
There's no micro RBOB?
Is $5. No. Well, there is, but nobody trades it. There's like two people. Of course, the volume two. They're great. Yeah. So technically it is there, but it's not really a product that anybody touches. So yeah, it's great. It allows you to make decent amounts of cash, even if you're trading very small. So size is not everything. Wink, wink. But yeah. So,
on a Monday, D?
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
I know. I'm gonna get chat going now.
Yeah. So you knew what you did there. You know exactly what you did there.
Me?
We do have.
Don't know what you're talking about.
We got. Hold on. We do have some headlines coming out from Prime Minister of the UK. I'm sorry, UOL, Prime Minister of the UK, as well as the U.S. Energy Secretary. U.S. Energy Secretary. We will find out who Iran's leaders are during talks. Interesting headline there.
They don't even know who they're talking to.
We were aware of the talks between U.S. and Iran. So starting to see some headlines. They've been going for the last 3.5 hours or so. We've been seeing these headlines fly around. A little selling here in the equities. Crude did take a peak above $90. Back beneath there now, $89.77.
Yeah, that's a pain point, 90. It's a decent
big
put wall with some. It's a big round number, but it also has an implied volatility weirdness there. So it's not a huge area. If they run through it, they're going to run through it. But it's a bit of an odd price, so it can act as a ceiling for the move down. So that's why I wouldn't want to do anything until I see what the price does and how we end in the next 17 minutes, because 30 minutes are very important. So if we want to keep selling it, we shouldn't see it above 90 in the next 17 minutes. I mean, it can go above it, but it can't stay above it, if that makes sense.
It is up against that line. I am definitely taking a look at it there. Might be intrigued. Might be intrigued. Now I'm less intrigued.
Let's see what this headline is. See, we did see a pop here. Crude did pop now above $90, $90.30, 26 cents, give or take.
I mean, just looking from like a technical perspective in crude, after bouncing off of what 88.30s 1, 2, 3 times, I kind of just wonder if this is going to go range to range, which could be all the way up to like 92s, and have that happen pretty easily. The other possibility would be maybe it does a retrace to 50% of the range, which would get us to around 90.60, give or take.
$90.60.
Yeah, that's about the 50% of the retrace.
Okay.
All of a sudden.
Oh man, these headlines.
It's tough.
So one thing that's worrying me about gold, about long crude, is that gold is sitting up against its own 4,500 megacore wall, and it's not really able to go through that.
Like a call wall. Essentially, we're seeing the futures act as a resistance, if I'm understanding that correctly, because we can keep. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of open interests, and it's a point where if they can't break that, then we are going to see a move down and crude oil up. But for now, they're not really doing much. So I would doubt this move in crude oil. Yeah. So this would need to be really firmly below 4,500, and they're just pinning it. So they're like constantly dancing around it and then coming back down, then popping it back up, coming back. It's a very indecisive price action. So until they decide what to do with that, it's still anyone's game.
Crude getting
so
jittery.
They can just
crude getting a little jittery
to
the upside here.
Do we have any
well, actually, in terms of headlines, the energy secretary, perhaps another strategic petroleum reserve release could happen, but it's unlikely that you think that would take crude prices lower. Crude above $90 now, $90.25. And sellers come back in. Nope, just to be
I mean, just kidding. Just kidding. As fast as you say it, Dre, it's already been undone.
Yeah.
I mean, just from like a technical perspective, looking at crude on like a smaller time frame, it's doing a good job of doing range over range, but with like news events coming out like this, it can just undo all your technicals at the drop of a hat. Drop of a tweet. All it takes.
Yeah.
I love that you're trading crude again.
One tweet.
I love that you're trading. I love that you're trading crude oil again. What was what did the range have to be, D? What was it? What was like fine? I'm back. What was it? $2?
It was 280. 280, so closer to 300 what it used to be, and then it becomes pretty tradable. Before that, I mean, you've seen it. You've seen my face when it went dead. It was like $1, and that would do it like inside the initial balance of the first 30 minutes, and then I had to check my internet connection to make sure that I'm on, because I'm like, there was nothing going on. It was just like static, no ticks, no nothing. I'm looking at a tick chart, and there's no ticks.
Nothing.
And then one. And I'm
like tapping your screen, like it's checking your technology, see if it's you. We got more from energy secretary. We've got more levers we can pull the price of oil. Seeing crude.
That's going to be bearish.
Hello, macro. I'm going to say hello. Yes, it is. $89.76. Last trade crude. You saw equities pop. We got 1,000 lot upside in the ES 66.99, offered 1,000 times, 5 points higher. We'll get filled. Closing in on that 1,000 lot. Will it get filled? We'll get pulled. 1,000 offered. Use that level 2 data on Top Step X. $66.99 offered 1,000 times.
All right, copper hitting back against that 550, which is a gamma wall and a gamma flip there as well. So far, not able to do anything with it.
What is copper trade per tick, D?
So on the, it's like ES, so it's $12.50 for the full contract. Micro is a tenth of that, so $1.25.
$1, fucking quarter. Nice. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I have copper data. Never trade
Do
copper
you
in
have
my
gold
life.
data? Do you have gold
No.
data?
Do not.
Yeah, then
Oh,
you
the
don't
COMEX,
have
right?
copper data. Yeah,
Aw.
it's
That's fair.
COMEX. Yeah.
Chat, I never traded any copper before. What's up, Dre?
No, you just look. I love it. Look at copper. Got crude back.
Dude,
We can get in there.
All fields, Dre. All fields. It's not just the NASDAQ show anymore. A lot of markets are moving now.
Yeah.
They are. There's a little song coming in here in the equities. ES 66.90 now 91's trade. That 1,000 lot came in at 66.99. Markets ran away. The ES ran away from it to the downside.
Ooh, shorts and crude look pretty interesting now. We're gonna stay back under these 90s.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute structure's kind of changed a little bit. So maybe we're gonna start forming like a range under range. We've done lower highs pretty consistently as well. Gives me to believe that buyers are not super aggressive currently. But all it takes is a headline. That's why we have stops, chat. That's why we have stops.
You can see there is definitely a concerted effort regarding the messaging we're seeing from the headlines from some of the speakers to, how do you phrase this? Limit the upside in oil prices.
It's nice, but we still went above 100 this week. So
they're trying their damnedest. They can't. It only works for so long, and then we go above 100. It only works for so long. A little more selling here in the equities now. 66.85 last trade. ES NQ selling off as well at 24,596.
See, I did say this morning, I'd be a little bit skeptical about Trump's statement, how, complete and total resolution in 5 days. And I'm like, really? And then I got called a Trump hater, and I'm like, I think he's actually quite funny. Like, we all saw the SNL skits and everything back in the day.
Trump,
yeah, but I was like, I don't hate anyone. Why would you think that? And then I just said, I just think that he over exaggerates some statements to suit his narrative, and he's a great manipulator. There's no doubt about that. But complete resolution, just like they won the war in an hour since it started. We won the war.
Whoa,
like,
was that
did
hold
you
on,
really?
hold on. Was that your impression? Hold on, hit me with that impression. Hold on.
Yeah,
was that your, hold on, what was
we
that?
need clips, D.
I tried to do the mouth thing.
No,
yeah,
you
I tried to do the mouth thing. I'm not very good.
You're fired.
Wait, just the way he talks, it's all like, oh, it's in here, it's Trump talking.
Oh, D.
Yes, it was over. It was over. The war was over. Oh God, now he's gonna come after me. God, let's not do this.
We didn't get canceled.
Not good to make fun of president.
I think
we're gonna get canceled, D.
The markets show the reactions.
Yeah.
The markets show the reactions. But right now, yes, we are seeing gold selling off. That $4,500 as resistance, D, definitely seeing that play out right now. Gold, $44.69 last trade. We're down about $40 in the last 5-10 minutes there.
Mm-hmm.
Say, just technically speaking, it's kind of hard to find a trade right now. I love trading, but with like these higher highs, higher lows, all the news-driven headlines, seems to be a little bit tricky to find like a nice solid range to trade here. I prefer to have more equal highs and lows, but it's just slowly bidding up with the higher lows. See if we can find something.
I think it's right in the back of my mind. We haven't heard from the other side, is essentially, or some of the other parties that were involved in with these discussions. With the, how do you say this? We haven't heard from Iran. We haven't heard from Israel yet. So maybe perhaps patience there until we do hear some
Ooh,
from the other parties.
crude on
Interesting
the
parties. Yeah. Wait till see what they
crude
have to say as
wiggling.
well.
Yeah.
Crude wiggling like crazy. It's like a 30-cent wiggle right there in crude. So that's $300 in an E-mini.
You bought it up. Yep. Flipped it higher.
I don't know if crude's tradable right now.
I think you use crude as an indicator. I think crude can be an indicator.
Yeah, benchmark. Yeah.
Benchmark. Thank you. Yep. Use it as a leader. $89.80 last trade in CL. Back down to the $89.60. We're seeing very thin. 1,000 lot did get pulled in the offer in the ES as we trade 66.88.
It is tweet analysis. That's a good point.
What's
Just
that?
how do you interpret tweets?
Yeah.
Dan Edmonds, it's not technical analysis. It's tweet analysis now. It's just how do you read the headlines and how fast are you at reading them, placing trades, adjusting your targets, your stops. Crude is just 30 cents up and down within seconds right now.
Let me look at that ladder. What's going on? You got the micros up. I'm going to take a look.
Just insane. Oh, big sell off crude.
Mm-hmm.
89.30.
Yeah. It's on the move.
It is on the move.
Yeah. Well, and then you blink and it's
I'm
right back
still
up
going to wait.
Yeah.
Now it's not tradable.
They're going to wait until the next 30 minutes is done, which is in about 5 minutes. So then we'll know where we are.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got?
Right now, it's just like wiggling, like Dolby says. Wiggle, wiggle.
$89.60.
Doing a little lap dance.
D.
Whoa.
What?
But
Don't
I
say
like
anything.
this.
Just
Hey,
like,
D, coming in hot, doing your Trump place.
You've forgotten. You've forgotten, Dre. I'm a bit cheeky.
A little.
Love it.
You're fine. $89.50 last trade. Even the pups are like, Mom, it's PG. This show's PG.
Easy.
Man, yeah, $89.65. You got.
I didn't swear.
No, you did
Didn't
not.
swear.
A little bit for slow markets. It's the innuendo. It's the cheeky British innuendo.
I love it.
Sneak it in there.
One time flat like Kate Moss. Remember? What was that?
Yep. That was D as
Price
well.
action flatter than Kate Moss's chest.
That was D. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
D. Yep.
Let's go.
D.
Crude bidding back up again.
Couldn't choose. All right, so metal markets, 5 a.m. Central Time. Can they expect more of this? D. On Top Step TV for people that want to tune in. You alluded to that. What can they expect?
I try to keep it PG.
Try
to keep it PG as much as. Yeah, I think here we have a bit more of a kind of frat house situation, so it's maybe a bit more appropriate. But our community during the metal markets and the Euro show previously, they're there to learn. They're pretty serious. So I might break out a funny hat, but I try to keep it very PG. So there's no swearing, there's no F-bombs or anything. It's just levels, overview, occasional troll, but very occasional. So very happy about that. But yeah, I think this chat is a bit more spicy. So they kind of appreciate my my jokes.
Say it. It's a joke, okay?
Some people take me too seriously, man. They're like, "Oh my God, D, what are you saying?" And I'm like, "It's a joke." Really?
Clutching their pearls.
Joke.
Clutching their pearls.
Innuendo.
Yeah. With Gen X. I'm Gen X. We're a bit different.
More headlines here from the U.S. envoy Witkoff, I believe, negotiating with Speaker of the Iranian Parliament. Okay. Not much. Appears that's who the United States was communicating with. The Speaker of the Iranian Parliament was the quote-unquote point person over there. Again, still haven't seen anything.
Somebody's saying Gen X generally most lame. Are we really? let's have a debate. Really?
Item.
You have no idea, man. I'm gonna guess you're much younger by that comment.
Wait, who said that?
He's just getting after right now.
Snuffle Platypus.
Oh,
2028. Was that your birth year?
Snuffle, really?
Not. Not even born yet. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Dee's struggling. Dee's looking for anything right now. She's looking for a life raft right now. Help me.
Oh,
Just
I'm
let her.
joking.
We're letting her sink right now.
How much coffee have you had, D?
Top of the hour.
I've had a Celsius. This is why.
Oh,
this
gosh.
thing is evil.
Oh, that's
man.
why.
It's like
That's a silly drink.
Yeah.
That's a silly drink. That is a silly drink.
Yeah. And I only had like a third of it as well.
Yeah,
I dread to think what would happen if I had all of it.
Let's find out. There's only one way to find out, G.
Let's
only
find
one
out.
way to find out. You can finish
every new low that crude makes. Gotta take a sip.
What are you doing to me, man? I'll never sleep.
Right, let's take a look. Yeah, crude trading $89.39. Crude in the range right now. Low of around $89, high $90. And looking at the 5-minute, give or take, of course. Gold trading $44.72. We saw gold round up about $100 first hour of fast markets. Now back, like I said, $44.73. We got ES trading $66.89. Last trade there. And NQ trading 24,617.
Yeah, we got a Dorito Foreman here on the 3-minute in NASDAQ, which leads me to believe this market might be a little bit tired of all this nonsense with the news.
I would be inclined to agree with that because we have some conflicting things. So if crude oil is going to go for another serious run down, we need to see gold over 5,500. That's not happening. So it's like, is this just a range after the big smash? Might
55 or 45, D? 55 or 45?
45, sorry.
45,
yeah,
okay.
Sorry, Celsius.
No, both
yeah,
prices
45.
have traded. I mean, both prices have traded in the last 2 months. So yeah, 4,500. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, we're starting to find some support around 600s here in NASDAQ. Something
the top of the hour. There's top of a little selling there in crude bottom of the range right now. $89. $89.
So that means we take a bid in NASDAQ then? We'll bid NASDAQ if crude's going to sell off like that.
One more selling there.
Right, you know what?
88, 87 last trade. 86 is now. I'm talking about crude, of course. A little more push to the downside. $88.69 did just print. Will we see?
Wow, look at this.
What's crude doing? Is copper rally? Is copper going higher right now?
Copper is trying to go higher, but it's also tackling the 550 level at the moment, and it's not really gaining. So this is what's worrying me. If this is like a true move down on crude, why isn't gold following?
Oh,
because they've had this negative correlation.
I'm with you.
And that makes me think they haven't hedged yet. They're just like deciding what to do. And what could happen in light of all this volatility is that crude oil goes below the current session lows and then pings back, and then gold sells off. Now, that's something that I might consider entering. But for now, this is still a range. Okay, copper is trying to break out. Copper is running the show here to the upside.
Crude selling off. Here we go, $88.43. Copper catching a bit. Equities catching a bit.
I'm going to get a bid in crude at 88.01. About probably a 20-cent, 25-cent stop. It's bottom of range. We've had big bounces off there before.
Don't know whether 25 cents is going to survive.
See. This is the first crude trade, so we'll feel it out. I mean, it's moving like crazy right now.
Yeah, what do you?
All right, we're in.
Yeah.
Careful. This headline. Hold. What price? Dolby time. What do we get?
88.01. Our stop is. All right, we're out. Minus 41.
Yeah.
That was.
You gotta use crude as the indicator. If it's a headline like we're seeing right now, North selling crude $87 40 cents last trade there. Crude down about $1.50 on this. Look at this 5-minute. ES now taking a peek above 6,700. And NQ, we're selling here in crude. Hello. NQ now 24,000. Look at that.
Should have just taken those 89.80s. The 1 minute range was much, much better to manage risk in.
Crude selling off. 87.
Yeah,
Crude down about $2. Crude down $2 here. Not seeing any headlines.
Wow.
How about
the dome? It just got like evaporated too. It's
beneath
in trouble. All right, watching a different market.
If you get beneath 87, $87.05. Last trade. Go ahead, D.
I might try a long in gold because gold seems to be lagging. Oh God, Jesus Christ! I'm just looking at the 5-minute ATR.
We're now beneath 87. Beneath 87 in crude.
Okay.
Let's see here. $3 sell off.
It's difficult.
It's okay. Hey, no trade. Everyone flat. That's fine. All good.
No, it's just it's so much risk even on one micro.
Oh yeah. Okay, let it breathe. If you do take the trade, by all means, let us know on the other side of this. We're seeing crude pick up a little bit, a little pop in the equities, gold as well. Crude now bouncing or pulling back. All right, James, come on in here. Come on, let's get some announcements and some news, and we'll keep an eye on this market move. What's up, James?
What's up, guys? Yo, I'm here. How are we all doing today? It's a new week, new opportunities await, and today I'm talking about Discord. That's right. Discord, not just the platform where you can bully your friends about what games they're playing. It also hosts the largest trading community with the Top Step Discord community. And if you're not a part of the Top Step Discord community already, what are you doing? We got tons and tons of resources all found in our Top Step Discord. You can find rooms about products that you trade. You can find rooms in individual languages if English isn't your first language and you need some trading buddies. In fact, find a trading buddy, join the Top Step TV channel. There is so much to find and so much to do and so much to learn in the Top Step Discord trading community that you should join today if you're not already a member. We're going to pop the link in the chat. Go ahead and click on it, drop into the lobby, say hi, and meet 1,000 upon thousands of your new trading buddies. Fast support when you need it from our mods and ambassadors, and essentially any question you could ever have has probably already been answered, but you can still ask it. Our ambassadors and our mods are happy to help out. So go ahead and join the Top Step trading community today in our Discord if you're not already a member, and become a part of the movement. Seriously, one of the biggest communities out there. You're missing out if you're not in there already. And additionally, we have classes in there. Classes all throughout the day, even when Top Step TV is on air. Coaches like Coach Jack, Coach Vince, and Coach Paul hold classes in Discord throughout the day and throughout the evenings when we're on air and when we're off air. There's always something to find in there, so go ahead and check it out. Then, if you have any questions that aren't being answered in the Discord, you can bring them right back here to Top Step TV, because at 12 p.m. Central Time, we're doing group coaching. Group coaching, it's the point of the day where you get to ask your questions and have them answered live right here on Top Step TV. Each day, we're joined by 3 esteemed Top Step TV personalities, and today is no different. You see her here on Fast Markets. Well, get ready to see her again during the noon o'clock hour, because Deanna is coming back with Gabe and Anne-Marie for group coaching today at 12 p.m. Central Time. If you have a question for Deanna, if you have a question for Anne-Marie, maybe you have a question for Gabe. No matter who you have a question for, or it's just a question about the markets in general, you can ask it by clicking on the link that just got dropped in the chat and is now pinned to the top. Bookmark it. That link doesn't change, but if you're a new person, go ahead and click on it, submit your questions, and then again, be back in your seats for group coaching at 12 p.m. Central Time. Now, before we get back to the charts, earlier today, Donald Trump took to the tarmac in front of Air Force One to answer some questions from reporters. And if you missed it, here's what he had to say about the ongoing deals with Iran.
We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement. We'll at some point very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
Hey, we're back. Look at that volatility. We're seeing some more selling there in crude $86.
That's crafty, Dre.
Done this for a little pop there again in the ES 6700. Last trade there. We get more downside in Crude.
Looks like it.
Look at that, $86.50.
Oh, good,
now.
85. 85 is where
unreal.
it bounced before.
Yeah, we have a nice little 1 minute range with lower highs. It's already selling off. So that trade opportunity is gone. That was fun. It's already down almost 80 cents. Crude is out of control.
86.
Crazy market right now.
Oh, yeah, 86. We see 85 handle. No.
So I guess, are we going to start seeing some of these indices break out then? Like, are we going to see NASDAQ over 24,700? Is there enough like optimism in these markets now? Because NASDAQ's not doing a whole lot right now.
Yeah, on these kind of days, there's usually a subsequent reaction. The crude oil is smashing down, and the correlation is still there, the negative correlation. At some point, you will see it
decouple. And when it does,
too early hoop ends.
Okay, I mean,
NASDAQ's been in a tight range. We've been like, what, 24,650 up to about 24,680. It's on like a 30-point range since 10:03. What time is it? It's about 5 or 6 minutes of just kind of hanging out. Maybe we catch a bid here and finally pop these 680s. I'm not much of a momentum trader, but someone out there might be interested in buying up 680s.
like crude beneath. Ooh,
there's our 680s.
Was beneath 86, 85. $85.93 did just print. To get back to the low of overnight lows, we're about $1.60 away from it.
All right, I'm trying one micro long copper, copper.
Cool.
Just see whether it's got enough juice.
Did you get filled, or are you working a bid?
Yep, 53.80.
53.80. Long. Okay. Are you playing the crude copper correlation trade? Is that
yeah, because copper is kind of leading, so it's the only one that's above its own high open interest gamma level, and the next one is up at 560. So there's a bit of room there.
Okay, nice. I'm seeing a copper trade on fast markets. What time to be alive, Trey?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is great.
Israeli official now confirming that the U.S. is holding negotiations with Iran's parliament speaker.
That might be bearish for oil.
We are seeing that reaction. Push lower there. Again, crude down. We're down $3. Crude down $3 in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. I'm definitely intrigued in shorts and crude. We can get the right technical setup here.
Dolby time. What if we
had
use
a lot
crude
of lower highs?
What if we use crude as the leader? Because crude's so sensitive. Like we'll get blindsided.
Well, I mean, are we going to start trading YM then? Because NASDAQ is not really following suit. I mean, we're still stuck in the NASDAQ.
What's RTY doing?
What is RTY?
Snitch.
Do you have RTY? Snitch, yeah.
RTY is catching a bid. Is RTI catching? RTY, yep, on the move higher.
But similar structure to NASDAQ. It's stuck in this sort of range that's going on right now.
NQ just popped 100 points, by the way. NQ was just trading 24,600. And now we just got up to 690s. It's the y-axis. Yeah. It's throwing everything off. It's look at the scale. We're seeing moves.
This is when you have like your bracket orders and your stop loss is like 2 millimeters on your screen. You're like, what's going on? And it's like, oh, the y-axis is 30 points or 40 points.
Every increment on the y-axis scale for crude is $4. I mean,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm at 40-cent range here. Okay, crude oil might be setting up here. NASDAQ selling off. We rejected off the 690s, so still stuck within like this 30-40 point range. Crude new lows? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And NASDAQ is selling off, so a correlation trade I think is done there between NASDAQ and crude.
Forever?
Something.
Or for now?
Forever? But it was
for now.
I don't know.
For now.
Okay, yeah.
For now.
Yeah,
So
for
There you go,
real.
copper.
Doesn't
Copper.
Thing is forever.
I'll tell you what, that copper crude trade is definitely looking good right now because crude selling off $85.70, and we're watching copper rally. Look at that. More selling here. More selling in crude. Crude
$85.80
$85.
crude.
Where's that in Q?
Yeah, we do
Actually,
need gold to start following though for copper because it's all very well, but if gold doesn't start jumping, then crude is just in its own story at the moment.
it's kind of what it feels like. The cruise is doing its own thing. Do you have YM? Is that correlation still super tight between crude
Let
and
me have a
YM?
look. We do have YM. Just need to change a couple things.
Crude. Crude down $5. Crude down $4. Crude down $4 in the last 10 minutes. Crude trading $85.58.
Yeah, Nasdaq's just hanging out in this range.
Everything kind of
Interesting.
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah, I'm gonna
really
see-
not,
Look at you, crude.
I'm gonna see if we can bid
Yeah,
650
it's-
quarter in the Nasdaq.
So YM is about minus 0.8 correlation, so not quite a factor of 1.
That's pretty good though for the equities. It's definitely more sensitive
Yeah.
than the NQ and ES. Look at the other two. They're not even close to that. Look at that. Equities selling off. Touch.
See if we can get these 650s.
Wondering if
For long in Nasdaq.
Yeah, Nasdaq correlation and crude is climbing.
what is
It's minus 0.5.
or 5? Okay.
It's minus 0.5, but it keeps rising. So, yeah.
What's copper? Is it still -1? Get that.
Copper.
That's crazy.
is-
That's a crazy statistic.
That's the trade.
Yeah,
That's a
copper
correlation.
is also gone to minus 0.8. That's
Good
still
enough
pretty
for
high.
me. That's.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Copper is slower than crude. Is why I'm choosing it because it's not insane. Doesn't require a million ticks for a stop.
We working that bid Dolby time?
Yeah, we're gonna move it down though a little bit to I think like the 640s.
50-50 tilt.
45.
50-50 on the tilt failed upside auction. I did it. Potential failed upside auction. We are coming up against IB. Oh yeah, IB high. We're up against IB high in the ES. There's a 60 lot on the offer in the NQ. ES, we're trading 6700s. IB high 6701. We got NQ.
I think
Pretty much right up at IB high as well. I'd get short up here. Short ES.
yeah, that was a
Call.
good trade, Ray.
I'm gonna get short the ES. ES up against short two. Short two. Don't tell anybody.
Shh. It's our little secret chat.
Where am I short from? 98 half.
That's my position.
That's like reversal challenge. All right, we got D. D long, copper. Copper, she says. Say I'm long copper and you're Trump. Never mind. Don't. We're not going to beat that joker on the ground. No, we got the Trump already. We got
Gold hedging.
We'll catch a bit of a bid.
Okay, crude oil back on the bid.
Am I short? Gold selling off. Gold 44.55. Okay, gold sells off. Gold sells off. We've typically seen crude pop when gold sells off like this.
Hmm.
For shorts. Initial balance high in NQ 24,688.
Dre's liking the shorts. What are you seeing, Dre, to get you short? Just the price
IB
action,
high,
movement,
initial
lack of
balance
movement?
high,
No, IB high,
initial,
nice.
Initial balance high, and equities didn't rally on that sell-off in crude. Equities did not want to go higher. Tells me something's coming.
I just don't know if the market even believes any of the headlines anymore.
Although equities certainly didn't.
It's just a
Equities didn't.
crapshoot.
On that, if you're looking at a $4 sell-off in crude in equities,
Crude up a buck right now.
yeah, and they're much more
85.
sensitive. Equities are much more responsive to the $1 pop here, the bounce in crude, than it was on that $4 sell-off. 50-50 tilt. Gold? Now
NASDAQ
44,
something.
45, 44, 45, 44, 40 now. Last trade. Gold down. Around $30 last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, nice initial balance.
Shout
High
out to the
short
chat.
there. That was
Yeah, shout out to the
a
chat.
great one.
Yeah.
Pointing that out for sure. 50-50 tilt.
Starts off.
We got bottom of the hour, not the London close. And that's not for another hour and 12 minutes. We got more selling here in gold. Gold 44.33 last trade. Gold down $50 in the last 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So dollar's doing pretty well then, huh?
What happens? Let's take a look. We'll go with 10-year. What's 10-year going? Let's go with 10-year. 10-year sell off. Oh, 10-year's been rallying. 10-year did roll over a little bit. Okay. Interesting. One market wants to move, the other one doesn't. All right. Hey, let's bring you the Top Step tip of the week. We bring you a new one. Well, every Top Step TV tip of the week. What is this one? Plan for different scenarios. I absolutely love it. Have a plan for failed setups. Know your re-entry criteria up front. Define rules for managing runners. Be prepared for unexpected market moves. Prepare for unexpected market moves. Also, I like the plan for different scenarios. Plan A. You see, D calls them hypos. D, you call them hypos,
Yep.
right? Hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Plan for different
Yes.
scenarios. If thens. What?
Yep.
How do you plan for headlines? Let's be honest. How do you plan for headlines? Obviously, you cannot plan and know when the headline is going to
You
come.
can't.
How can we manage dumb down
There's,
size?
there's no planning.
So
Headlines, if you're already in and it goes your way, I said it this morning, kiss the ground you walk on and be happy. If it doesn't go your way, again, be happy that you have a stop and an account, and that's all you can do, because you never know when they're going to come out with stuff. So that you can't plan for. Everything else, where your stop goes, how much you're going to risk, what's the position size, when you're going to get involved, that's the thing to focus on.
agree.
All right, gold is continuing to sell off here, so I'm going to jump out.
Okay. Yeah, plan for different scenarios. You see this. You see all that hyper volatility coming in. In the back of my mind, I'm saying plan for the volatility to essentially come, or the velocity, the volatility is the biggest change. Plan for that, for it to stop and pick up, hurry up and wait. Very, very important. Also, playing for scenarios, experience, screen time, repetition helps you kind of adapt there. As these markets, we get a new market state every day, essentially. We got gold crude back above $87. $87.02. Market did not care. Equities, that is, did not care about that $4 sell-off. In crude, did not.
No, fashionably late, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we look at NQ selling off 24,616.
Yeah, Brad has a point. Thankfully, the ATR kept me out of gold longs. Absolutely, yeah, agreed.
ATR average true range. Oh, good point. D, help me expand on that. What was Brad seeing there?
Well, like Brad is one of my former VIPs in the
Nice.
Millionaires, so he knows how I trade.
Nice.
Yeah, and he knows the concepts I use. And we talked a lot about using the ATR and ADR to figure out whether the risk is too much. So obviously on the day coming in, I don't have like oodles of cash to play with, but I've made a bit of cash. So if I'd gone into that gold trade and it went against me, I would have lost at least 220 on one micro, pretty much erasing most of my P&L for the day. Not a good idea. So that's why I stayed out. And I was like, that's too much. Don't want that. So I turned to copper to see if there's something similar. And I could risk $93, but I exited at minus 67. So to me, that's a lot more palatable. And the only thing that kept me out of running a similar trade in gold is the amount that I would need to risk. And that would mess up my risk model. Because you can't risk 75 once, 220 the second time, then $15 the third time. That's too much inconsistency. So whenever I'm entering a trade, I'm always like, how much can I lose? And if that's too much, then I stay out because it's too much. It's going to mess up my expected value over time. I don't really look at any single trade as, I won or I lost. I look at it through a sequence of trades, and then how is that performing? Is that consistent? Is it giving me a smooth equity curve, or is it all over the place with a lot of variance? That's not a good thing. So I do make a decent amount of effort to keep my variance pretty low in the funded accounts. And that means not just winging it and going into a trade that would require a lot more risk. So that's what Brad was saying. It's like that ATR kept you out, rightfully so.
How much? Yes.
Nice.
It seems, seems kind of, I don't know, negative thought, thinking, how much can I not lose? How much can I afford to lose? It's kind of the name of the game, though, D. It's just...
Yeah. Most people are like, why are you being so negative? I'm one of the most optimistic people that you'll ever meet.
Is that true?
But as a trader, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like to the point of lunacy, man. People have many times told me something is impossible. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll just do whatever I want to do. And my parents had to deal with that sort of a crazy child when I was a child. And I maintained that almost like a childlike fascination with possibilities. And I've done everything that I've done because of that. I never see anything as impossible. But at the same time, I'm fully aware of the math and longevity that math brings. So if you step outside of that, I can be optimistic and go, today I'm going to make $100,000.
What's that
That's
voice? Though?
Awesome. It's my voice when I'm imagining things that will never happen. And it's on a proper count where we're starting with low, you're starting with very low amounts. So you don't have $1 million in there to play around with position sizes that have the potential to bring you $100,000. And we get a question constantly, hey, can we get top 5 people that are on the day, out of which only one I think has proper consistency and risk management and stuff. All the others, we hear stories of, they were on a DLL run for the last 30 days, but today they made $50,000. Like, I never want to be that trader where I'm like, daily loss limit, daily loss limit, daily loss limit, daily loss limit, daily loss limit. And then one day it's like, yay, I'm banking. I want the opposite. I want 300 here,
Good
700
screenshot.
there, $2,000 there, 300, 500, $1,000. It's fine. And then it mounts up over time. That's how you survive. You don't survive by going full board, yes, and then smash. Oh no, I have to buy another account now. Great. More costs.
Wow, D.
Brilliant.
If you want more D, well, you get her in group coaching. You pin those, pin in the top of the chat. You got questions for a group coach, and you got Deanna, Anne Marie, Gabe. We breaking it down like that. Here after we are seeing. All right, again, we got back up to additional bailouts high in ES and NQ.
These headlines, Dre.
Mhm.
Just back and forth right now.
Are you seeing anything? Are you seeing anything bullish for equities? Have you seen a bullish headline come out in equities?
I mean, the only one we heard was Trump saying that the war is, all but over, and then of course NASDAQ is going to bid on that. But there's been no follow through, and it's like, oh, we're going to have talks, but it's like, who are you talking to? Because I'm pretty sure you bombed everybody that you were talking.
Well,
to,
don't be
so
time.
who's next in line.
Is the market buy? It's not for us to determine what's real and what's not, and who's confirming what. Is the market? Is the market?
Seems like they're not convinced, Dre.
What? That's where I was going. What's the market?
Seems like they're not convinced.
Yeah, that's kind of what.
I mean, it seems like there's like an initial pop off the headline, and people actually start to process it that aren't like an algorithm, and they start asking questions, and it's like, oh, this headline maybe is, full of dead air. NASDAQ getting down these 600s. Nice short, Dre.
Yeah, what am I short from 97.5 in the S? Yeah, we're seeing some selling here in the NQ as well. 24,605. 605 last trade there. We're starting to see some of the terms on these negotiations between Iran. Now, Iran has two main demands to end war: guarantees against future attacks, compensation for its losses. This is according to a Turkish source. All right, nothing's confirmed by any means. We're just reading some of these headlines here that these markets may be reacting to.
But they want money now?
I mean, I just
Money, please.
That'd be nice if that worked that way.
The market is looking for clarity. Of course, the uncertainty is definitely in the back of everyone's mind. We're starting to see a little bit coming out from the Iranian side. This is the first we've seen in terms of headlines here. All right, bottom of the hour in 1 minute. That is not the European close. That will be next week, Deanna. So we got still another
next week from Monday. Yeah.
Here in the chat from Vladislav. Want to challenge Dolby Azia? We're up over 2% on the day. Who's to say that we are simply not accumulating at these levels before another leg higher? Dolby time. No one's
saying.
Yeah, it can be. Most certainly can happen. It most certainly can be.
No, we don't.
Dolby. They want to challenge. I mean,
we've been like what the last 2 weeks. It's like you get a headline, and if it's bullish, the market goes up. If it's bearish, then the market goes down. You've seen crude oil go absolutely all over the place, and Dan said, it's not technical analysis anymore. It's tweet analysis. We're just reading headlines and then waiting to see how the market wants to behave and participate.
Who's to know? Absolutely, that could be the case.
Who's to know? I have no idea. We don't know a lot of things in trading. Like most of this stuff we don't know. The only thing we know is our setup and our risk management. That's literally it. Everything else is just an assumption. So few constants in trading.
Yeah.
I bounce off the 600s.
Indeed.
If I can ever get my mouse to move, I might try another copper long.
Is it wireless? Do you have a wireless mouse, D?
No, I have a laptop. I have a laptop that's sharing my screen because I'm trying not to do it through the same. Yeah. So I have mouse without borders, which I thought was an awesome name. So I have to drag it through all of my screens, and I'm still not used to it. So I try to drag it, and it's nowhere near. All right, let's try another long.
Okay. Copper.
Okay. Yes. 551.20 is the entry price.
551.20. All right.
Yeah.
Dolby time itching right there. Itching.
Oh yeah.
Who's coming?
Something's gonna happen. It's so frustrating having the euro close. This whole
it's so
2-week
annoying,
delay
isn't
is just so aggravating.
3 weeks.
Yeah, because it's just such an important level.
Yeah.
Such an important time.
Can you imagine how I feel? Everything is an hour earlier, and I keep forgetting. I'm like, oh no! I'm going to do the Comex close. Oh, it closed already. Oh no! It took me 10 days just to remember that it's an hour earlier. So I'm looking forward to the change back.
It's one of my favorite times of the day is the euro close.
Mine too.
The setups, yeah. Especially we're trading around the highs or the lows.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about the day.
I think it says a lot about. Still gonna jinx it right now, but all right. Market was not convinced that equities. That is, what we got here. What's going on in the 10-year? What's going on in the 10-year? For yields, we were above 4.4%. We did have some speakers out earlier as well. It's just saying they don't know. Uncertainty is definitely there. We just do not know.
Oh.
Woolsby and Myron. What we got?
Other hard thing too is that most of Trump's headlines are so wishy-washy. They're not decisive. He's typically offering up both cases in the same headline. Oh, maybe we do, maybe we don't. how do I read this? I mean, he always gives himself an out with most of his headlines and statements, which is smart, but it's terrible for trading.
Isn't that what politicians do, though, and central bankers?
Yeah, but
They say a bunch of stuff without saying a
particularly-
bunch of stuff.
We got to think about the
He's, like,
two
more
mouths he's
aggressive
trying to
with
feed.
it.
Trying to feed two
Yeah.
mouths here, essentially. Trying to keep obviously energy prices. Want to keep those how you say it? He wants to keep oil prices lower, as well as not show the hand that perhaps this is influencing, maybe leading to some of the decisions. So it's a lot to be.
The thing too is, like, we don't know who he's talking to. You know what I mean? Like, he might not be talking to us. Maybe he's saying the stuff in public, but it's actually directed towards someone behind the scenes that we're not really privy to. Some conversation he had that now he's talking about in public. Like, we just don't know. We have no idea. It's all speculation.
Well, whoever's talking to, we know the markets are listening. I guess we saw.
Oh, yes, they are.
We saw that again. NQ 5-minute candle. NQ 1,000-point rally. 1,000-point rally in a 5. I don't know that we've ever seen something. What about ES? ES 230-point rally in a 5-minute candle in the ES. About 4.5 hours ago. I'm not kidding. Crude, $14 sell off on that 5-minute candle. So
yep. Crazy range.
It's incredible. Right now we're seeing a little grind lower here. Continue. All right, 24,600 seems to be the level, the downside level in the lower end of this range. Looking at the NQ, D long copper.
Back at 550. So if they can't bounce it back from here, then I'm just going to leave it for another couple of hours and come back for the end of the day.
Well, you're going to be here for group coaching too. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yep.
Well, that's Celsius.
I'm not forgetting. I'm here.
Crush that Celsius. Can you promise us that that Celsius will be empty?
I'm crushing. I'm crushing. It's almost empty. It's almost empty.
Gosh.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, D.
Wow, crude.
Why a D
coming up? Whoa. Crude 87.45. We must have news coming out soon. Crude just bounced like $1. Like a NASDAQ selling. Gary, how does you selling those shorts, buddy? Are they getting there?
Yep. What am I short from? 97 hook. Last trade in the ES 66.81. PL1 right there. Thanks for reminding me, Dolby. Shout out to the chat. IB high. We're up against IB high. We got NQ. Nice. NQ beneath 24,600. Trading 24,581. 581 as crude does catch a bid. Gold selling off as well. Dow. There's your headline. That's the headline I've been waiting for. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson had no talks with the U.S.
Great.
Wait for that. So reverse everything.
So who do they speak to?
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just undo everything then?
Where my mind goes. Yep. I'll stay short.
So crude back to 90?
We're seeing a bid come in here. You don't need to think. We can just see if we're catching a bid here in in crude, $87.54. 87.60. Here we go. So another one.
I mean,
caveman Dolby. What do you think's gonna happen? Again, this is coming from Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson. Had no talks with the U.S. Had no talks with the U.S. Catching a bid here in crude. Seeing some selling in the equities. JD, I want to get you in here. JD, let's take a look at some P&Ls and payouts. Also, did you do a little digging in regards to to Tyler?
I did do a little digging. Yes, Tyler, our big winner overnight. Oh, we're doing let's do it. So I dug into Tyler's trade report a little bit. He was trading it up this morning. He was in the silver market and the NASDAQ market. Pulled a nice chunk of change out of both. The majority of that came from the NASDAQ, though. Happened to be on the right side at the right time for that giant P&L, $128,000, almost $129,000 in profits. quite a few trades. Wasn't just a buy and hold type of situation. He was trading it up this morning. Started trading pretty much right on the reopen last night, or late Sunday night, and continued throughout the morning. So Tyler was in there, digging through these markets, and man, did he cap one off? Big day for Tyler. Nice job, bud. All right, let's take a look at some payouts and P&Ls from Friday. Friday's top 5 live funded payouts and P&Ls. Up at the top, Kai is on a runner. That is for sure. Trading on 100K live funded account in the NASDAQ and the S&P. Kai topped this list 2 days in a row. Picked up $40,000, $40,624 on Friday. Day before that, picked up $46,000. Just about $86,000 in profits Thursday and Friday last week. It is a great way to close out the week. Lucas H next up in a 150K LFA trading NASDAQ and silver. $26,372 in profits on Friday. Also took a $37,000 payout early last week. Big week for Lucas also. Sohybe, $24,657 in profits trading the NASDAQ and micro NASDAQ in the 50K live funded account. One more winning day for Sohybe to get payout eligibility. Go get that money, Sohybe. Rizwan, $24,622 in profit trading the ES and the NQ in the 150K live funded account. Second winning day in the LFA for Rizwan, getting closer to that first live funded payout. Again, go get that money. And of course, I'm getting tired of talking about this guy, Karab. I'm just joking. I'm not getting tired of talking about him. He's here all the time now. Trading that 150K LFA in the NASDAQ market, another $21,828 in profits. He's already taken close to $150,000 in profits already this year. 2 more winning days. I think we might see another payout from Karab. Those are your top 5 live funded payouts from Friday. I'm sorry, P&Ls from Friday. Here are your payout numbers from Friday. Up at the top, Andrea A. We talked about her a couple of times last week. Top of the list from Friday, $61,604 payout going in the pocket. Again, let me remind you guys, these are live funded traders in the live markets, pulling money out of the live markets and lining their pockets up with it. Number 2, Clement C, $57,600 in profits, payouts. Jean Costel, I looked up how to pronounce that name. Jean Costel, $27,000. Jacob, $22,500, and Mireille rounds out the top 5, $22,095 payout on Friday. Great job to all these funded traders, showing everybody what is possible in that live funded account. Back to you guys.
Thank you, JD. All right, quick, another headline here from Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson. In recent days, friendly countries sent messages indicating U.S. requests to talks to end the war. Iran has not responded. So we're seeing crude push higher here. We're seeing equities selling off.
What's going on?
We were waiting for the response. We're starting to get a response from Iran. Yeah, there's a 650 lot on the bid in the ES 660. Yep. Caveman.
Trey, all I can do is laugh, man. All I can do is laugh.
Well, you can get in. I mean, hey, are they going to unwind? Are we going to?
You could just put risk on.
Are they just going to completely? Are we going to completely just
undo all of the crude move?
Unwind all of it? I mean, the reason we went
could happen.
If the reason we went somewhere is not that reason isn't there anymore. I mean, that's where my head goes. Obviously, markets have certainly have other ideas, but we're watching crude push higher here. $88.24, now 27 cents, Prince. How's copper reacting, D?
It's kind of dripping lower, but it's not exactly picking up too much steam either. Gold is about to reach 4,400, so we'll see whether we survive. But if this one doesn't survive, I'm just going to have a break before group coaching and then come back for that COMEX close. Because there's no point. Like, it's just kind of tries to go up, comes back down. Tries to go down, comes back up. And, it's all so heavily news-driven that I don't want to keep playing the ping pong here. So I want a smoother area. I want to shake out to a major level right now we're just teasing the gamma flip at 550 and kind of goes down, then bounces up, and that's kind of a little bit of a gamma pin. Probably better for a range trader than for me. I'm a mean reversion trader or a momentum trader if it sets up. But we're not getting either of that. So it's like, oh, great. And this is where D chops herself up like sashimi in a range because I'm expecting a bigger move either side, right? And there's only so much that I can allow myself to get involved in a chop, 2 trades, 2 attempts, and now we wait. If you continue to click buttons, that's where you lose accounts. That's where you start getting annoyed. At that point, it's just better to stand up, go do something else, maybe have a break, watch a series or something, wipe your mind, and then come back with a little bit more data at a different time of day when the probabilities are again coming back. So
we are
Crude
crude picking up some steam to the
Yeah.
upside
Big
here.
time.
$88.60. Crude up about $2 in the last.
I mean, look, if none of it is true, if they haven't actually spoken to anyone, then there's no reason for crude to keep dumping, nor a reason for equities to keep rising, and no reason for gold to keep rising either. So now we have to flip. You have to modify the hypotheses and go, all right, so this is not a momentum trade. Now what? Well, this is where contingency plans have to come in. Now, for me, I don't have anything else until we actually get all the way back down, somewhere near 540. If we don't even stop there, then I'm having to look at even lower levels at 520. But at the same time, I have nothing here. I had something up at 560, which we never got to. So therefore, for me, I'm just going to wait for better levels at this point. Similarly on crude, we have 85, missed that this time around. We have 90 as a potential. So maybe 50% of IB, if that range kind of holds on a 30-minute time frame, that could be something for
the
euro close.
What price,
You're
Dolby?
short crude, are you?
No, NQ 537s.
Oh, thank you.
We'll offer another. We'll offer another one at 557 to average in, but crude is cruising, and I think Nasdaq's probably about to break this 1 minute range. So we're just going to range under range trade this one to the downside. So we're looking for these 520s to break, and then see what happens. See if we get another range, and then start managing risk from there. We're probably not going to get into a second one here, and just let this momentum play to the downside. It looks heavy though. It looks really heavy.
It feels like the headlines are going to really start picking up now. Now that we're starting to get the response that we've been waiting for. There was a lot of very one-sided headlines coming out from the United States. For the first for the last 3.5 hours or so, we're starting to see some response from the counterparts, being Iran, and saying things to the contrary. So we are watching.
I mean, this
rally here.
This could be a big sell-off, Dre, in Nasdaq. I mean, we rejected the 30-minute range high. It's also the initial balance high. So if we're going range to range with this move, we're looking back down at like 24,350s. I mean, that's almost 200 points lower than where we're at right now. Like, we're just gonna are we just gonna undo all of this?
That's where my head goes, Dolby. That's where my head goes. I know the answer is we don't know. But if we are starting to see comments to the contrary,
look at it from a technical perspective. If we take in these single prints, another thing that could happen is that we try to pop into the single prints and then reverse, and that goes for both crude oil and ES, probably even NQ, even though I don't really look at it that much. But yeah, so single prints can be a form of a demand. But now it's rotating to the other side. You have VWAP just under the IB or around the IB low on ES. That could be a good target.
Yeah. All right. We're
just hit it.
All right.
Just click. Just click.
We're just in risk management mode right now. Crude new highs, not new highs, but within this little trend.
Well, all right. Well, Pakistan's army chief spoke directly with Trump. This is according to the Financial Times. Okay. we got here? What crude? What do we see? That sell off in crude when an hour ago or 45 minutes ago, markets didn't really react to that. Didn't react to that. Did you get out of the copper trade?
Oh, yeah, I'm out of
Okay.
that. The thing is, gold just did a sweep to the downside.
See
and
that?
Bounced. Yeah.
Is the party over now?
I don't know. We're going to try to short
We need
518s.
follow through. We need follow through. No follow through, then yeah, this is all you're gonna get.
Yep.
Yes, is it a
Yeah, we're starting to get our
50%
little-
initial balance?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, president's gonna be participating in a roundtable in about an hour, 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
We'll see. Obviously, I would imagine that's not. All right, we're starting to see some of the response now, either from Pakistan or Iran. There's some back channeling communications. It sounds like is the kind of what was happening there.
Ooh, let's get Pakistan involved. That would be fun.
4,400. We bottomed out at 4,400 even in gold. D, you saw that sweep. We actually bottomed at 43.96. Back above.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Trump is speaking right now.
Not sure. I haven't
Is he?
seen Trump. President's been speaking for the last 4.5 hours, so I've
He's
president's
always
on the
speaking.
airplane. No, the president's on the
Yeah,
airplane
he's been
right
speaking
now.
for the last like 125. All right, we're going to offer 518s for a range under range short. We're going to try to size up into this one.
Well, make sure you get the
You know
follow
what?
through. Make sure crude confirms the move. Make sure crude.
Crude, I think. All right, short too. I think crude is just testing its higher low line off the 30-minute. So I'm not necessarily convinced that NASDAQ is going to bounce here, but we'll see. We will see.
Okay,
Right,
what's
got
the
good
average price?
rejection.
Average
Average
price.
price 528s. 528s. That was a really good ad. 528s stops at 520s, just above the pivot.
528. Ooh.
It's just this is why it's so frustrating trading with all these headlines. Is that you could be in a great setup technically, and I love this trade technically, but then it's like Trump speaking. There's another headline. There's another headline. Now your whole trade is undone. Nothing you can do about it other than just manage
on
the
board.
risk the best you can.
You get
Get
on
on board, yeah, but
I mean,
with how much risk? I think that's the question.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's tricky. That's the tricky part. It's yeah. How much risk?
All right, that's
So
yeah. Because
That's how
like
much risk.
I like the caveman. I like the caveman trade, but this is like a coin flip caveman trade, and I think that's where it's a little bit annoying because we just had a headline. It's like Trump, I'm speaking to people, and everyone's like, I never talked to him. And that never happened. It's like, well, what do you do with that? What do you do with that?
Let the market. We'll watch what the market does, right? The market's,
I'm
watching.
just trying to play structure. I'm just trying to play structure.
I'm
Right?
trying
That's
one
all I know
last
is ranges.
One last couple long.
All right.
Our stops at 515s of the pivot. It's a balance between like accepting risk and making sure that you're able to take profit in these trades, right? Because it's like you don't want to get nothing out of the market. Like you want to have to at least get something out of the work that you've put in for the trades.
Shit. Oops, sorry. There's a shout out to
new
Jake.
listers.
40. There's a 1,200 lot of the bid in the NQ. 1,200 lot in the bid. 24,485 bid 1,200 times.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's about 10 points lower. Thank you, Jay. Wow. 1,200 on the bid
Nice
in
call.
the NQ ladder. That's massive.
Just blame
They come
everything
up,
on
I'm getting
Roll.
out. Flat, going flat. If they come up on this price, they really want it. They're gonna clear on everything. Whoa.
Crude's trying to break its higher low in the 30-minute.
Okay,
NASDAQ
selling
about to
picture.
hit new lows.
legit.
New lows
Yep.
again.
All right, they're stepping on the.
Wow. Stop moving down.
There you go. Sellers coming
He's
in.
still talking, isn't
Equities.
he?
Yeah,
I don't
they're
even
unwinding
know.
this. They're gonna unwind this whole thing. Wow.
We're flat plus like $300.
Straight.
We're up
Nice.
26. We're up 268.
Go. Nice trade.
Crazy. Yeah.
How's it
I'll just
feel,
take it. I'll take it on the move. Take it on the volume. How does it feel? It's frustrating, dude. Even if it's a winning trade, it's still frustrating to have headlines just run your life and all of your trades.
It's wild, man. It's wild. They're not going away either. That's the thing.
They're not.
It's not. And when the correlation trades goes out the
That's-
window, it's
yeah.
gonna. Yeah, it's gonna. It's brutal.
See money, take money. See money, take money. This can do whatever it wants. We'll find a new setup. I mean, like referred to it before, like all you.
There's
only
$1,000 on the
the
bid.
constant
Yes,
you have.
66.50 bid 1,000 times. Where'd that NQ bid go? NQ, we saw 1,200 jump in on the bid. No longer there. Seeing some size. The bids are coming in here. Last couple minutes of fast markets. We got DUCB, got more D in the in group coaching form pinned to the top of the chat. Dobie Time's going to be on after this. We got Brady going to be joining us.
Keep the show going, baby.
Oh, my goodness. We are just getting started. This is.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those days where a lot of volatility is kicking around, so no need to rush things.
Headline. No negotiations have been held with the U.S. in the. Okay, this is coming from Iran's side. No negotiations have been held. No negotiations have been held. This is coming from Iran, I believe is the Speaker of the Parliament. Is manipulate the financial and oil markets, escape the quagmire in which the U.S. Okay, so now we're finally starting to get that response from Iran. Say no negotiations have been held. We're watching the response here in crude closing in on $90, closing at $90. $90 does print. We're starting to see the equities sell off as well. Okay, we got Braden going to be joining us in Power Players after this. Markets are really picking up now. Nice work, D. We'll see you in group coaching. There'll be time to see on the other side of this. Top Step TV, let's go. Headlines flying. Capture the opportunity. Come on.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back. The show must go on. Also, the show's not stopping. There's way too much to talk about. Jay, welcome back. You're on double duty today. So am I. So is everybody. But
Yep.
markets are also pulling maybe double or quadruple duty right now with all the headlines, everything going on. It is just absolutely bonkers right now. NASDAQ had sold off a boatload on the back of what we can say is basically Trump said we had talks. Iran said, just kidding, no, we didn't. And everything got undone. So markets thought
Yep.
things were going to be cool. Now things are not cool. Just like that. So let's see what it's headline driven markets, Jay. Have you taken any
Yes,
trades
they
since
are.
then?
I have. So I ended fast markets up about $530. I hit a P&L high of $1,500. And right now I'm sitting at 1020. So we'll see if we continue to see some opportunities. I set a personal trailing daily loss limit, so can't give back more than $100 right now. I'm $500 off the P&L high. But we're seeing some opportunities here, up a G. Don't mind locking it up there, but these markets are moving right now. We'll see what happens. I'm looking at the S&P right now. On the S&P book, there is a ton of size. 1,300 lot at 66.35, another 1,000 lot at 66.33. We saw that 1,000 lot in the Nasdaq at what price was that? Sent it to Andre 485s, and they pulled it. So kind of what it looks like to me, Dolby, is that they're selling in front of these bids, right? Just someone's putting up some size out there, selling in front of it, and then pulling it so the market has the room to run lower. We did just come down to full session VWAP in both the Nasdaq and the S&P here, so we will see. But again, as headlines continue to move and come out here, we'll see some volatility. So oil back above $90. Great trade that you just had, 100 point banger there in the Nasdaq. Let's see if we can get something.
Yeah, close to it. Yeah, Weston, close to it. So we'll see. I love you, chat. So we'll see what. Oh yeah, we'll see what happens here. I think we have Braden coming in, maybe momentarily in about 10 minutes. So it'll be fun to see what he's up to. But yeah, this has just been absolute. Oh, there he is. Oh, nice background, Braden. Let's go. All right, so we'll get Braden ready here. Got Nasdaq trading 24,400s, still doing range under range. Crude oil still kind of bidding.